Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I have a very different topic for you guys, and it's about connecting to your guardian angels. Now, I've taught about guardian angel connections before. There's a lot of people who are just flat out not eligible to be able to connect to their guardian angel on this earth because one, you haven't turned to God, and number two, even when you do turn to God, you have to make sure you do it legitimately and make sure you're in a pure and sincere place when you do it, because you can't turn to the light and be dark and then try to... no, it's light and dark, oil and water. You're doing good or you're not doing good. When you try to work with angels and you're doing really bad, you're not getting angels, you're getting fallen angels, which are something completely different and much weaker. So, yeah, angels will always beat demons. You can see that in the background. Basically, angels have they have a place in heaven. They work for God. They have their glory. The angels who are no longer angels don't. That's why they're fallen. That's why they're here and picking on people and trying to get energy off of people. They'll do it any way possible. Lying, stealing, whole bunch of stuff. Demons are no good for the people who want to work with angels, and you know this on my YouTube channel. Now I'm going to teach you why some of you cannot connect to your guardian angels. I've worked with several of you. A lot of you aren't connecting to your guardian angel, and actually come across a very, very interesting trend. Now, this is super interesting to me because this is a conclusion I came to recently. People know of their guardian angel, but for some people, you might have been doing really good. You're a very holy person. You're a very godly person. You've asked God to connect to your guardian angel, but you just flat out haven't. Like, what's up? Why is this guardian angel not answering me in meditation? What's happening? Some of you are very fortunate because you'll connect to your guardian angel and you'll feel pressure in your room, like the walls will start heating up and you have a dramatic reaction, or you don't have a dramatic reaction. Everyone's different. Sometimes you'll just start hearing voices out loud or in your head, or you'll start seeing lights fly around the room. So everyone's different. Depends on what kind of angel you have, because each angel has a different category, and even your angels, your specific guardian angel, everyone has at least one main guardian angel, and then you have the rest. I'm not talking about Saint Michael. I'm not talking about the 7 archangels or any of the other archangels. Those are archangels that are not guardian angels. They're not in the guardian role. Guardian angels, let me specify this, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the previous videos where I've taught about it. Guardian angels don't have a name, and there's a mosquito in my room. It's a male mosquito who is looking for fruit. It's not going to find it in my room. Just so you guys know, that's not an angel flying around. That's a mosquito. Sometimes I do have angels flying around the room, and you'll be able to see it on camera, and that's why I'll just stop talking and be like, because they'll turn into wisps or orbs of light and just fly around and try to show off while I'm on camera. But that's a mosquito, so don't be like, oh, his angel showed up. That's a mosquito. If you don't, I'm gonna get back on topic, but I might just kill it on camera too. If you don't know, the state of Florida has a bunch of male mosquitoes. I don't know why. But back to this topic. So let's just say you're a really good person. You're a holy person. You meditate. Maybe it's been 3 months or 6 months. And I doubt most of you are doing that because, well, you guys are not consistent. You're not. I mean, there's a pocket of you who are consistent, but from what I have seen, and from what my angels have told me when I was helping other people connect to certain guardian angels, some of you guys are not consistent at all. And there's no surprise, because some of you will give up 6 months after meditating, or that's really long for some of you. I'm not trying to, roast some of you or make fun of you. I know what I'm saying when I'm talking about this. If you're not consistent when it comes to the spiritual world, if you're not predictable, patient, and consistent, you're going to see nothing. Unless you're in an initiated practice, which you'll see stuff happen very quickly. But even in an actual, and I'm not going to talk about any particular initiated tradition, even in a lot of initiated traditions, it requires patience and waiting, okay? Nothing good comes to you quick. If it comes quick, it leaves quick. Or it's not worth keeping, okay? So patience is absolutely necessary when it comes to the spiritual world. How does this apply? Because we have several different lifetimes, and for the people who have gotten lucky in connecting to their guardian angel, I don't necessarily think it's luck, or say it's luck. I believe it's just a past life connection, or in your past few lives, you've connected to your guardian angel, and that literally just fully transferred over, and your guardian angel's like, hey, hello, I'm in this life too with you, thank you. Like, basically, you strengthened me in the past life. Cool, I'm strong, and I get to do some cool stuff now. Like, I'm not going to say to the full extent what guardian angels can do. Let's just say, in consistently working with them, they can do some cool things. They'll do more than a spirit ever can or will. Yeah. Working with your guardian angels, you will not be able to ever channel ancestors. You'll just be able to talk to your guardian angel. They're like, hey, how are they doing? They're like, okay, they're doing good. Cool. All right, that's a cool ability. This is not going to treat that. This is not a video to teach you guys to be mediums or anything like that. Most of you, there's a lot of people who just don't have a good intention in unlocking spiritual gifts, and they'll never unlock them. But when it comes to talking to your guardian angel and unlocking the communication with your guardian angel, and I've talked about this before, it needs communication on a consistent basis, it needs a set time frame, and it needs for you to be consistent and close to God. The number one biggest reason you guys are unable to connect to your guardian angel that I've found from the people who are consistent, who are patient, and just etc. Just the people who are on the right track and have gotten past the weed out stage of like, okay, you're not working with a guardian angel, you're talking to a spirit or a trickster entity. But for the people who know how guardian angels behave and talk and interact, like I said, St. Michael's not a guardian angel. He'll guard you, but he's not a guardian angel. He's literally an archangel in a specific role. Like, everyone has access to St. Michael, but not everyone has access to your guardian angel. There's certain spiritual laws that place this in order so that guardian angel belongs to you, or the guardian angel is given to you by God, and no one can take that away, ever. Now, talking about specific guardian angels, like I said, the reason you guys can't, and I've thought about how I worded this, but the reason you guys cannot connect your guardian angels for the people who are on track, consistent, in a good place, close to God, etc., it's because your guardian angel is weak. Yeah, I said, I really thought this one out, and I talked to someone important about this, someone very important in the spiritual community, and this is the conclusion I formed. I also talked to my angels as well, and I'm like, can I say this? And it's like, yeah, it's true. Your guardian, and this is good for people to know, because now that you know, you're like, oh, okay, I have more patience and understanding, but even the most holy people with gifts that are wide open will have weak guardian angels. You might have a really strong ancestor, don't get me wrong. You might have a few really strong ancestors, or other archangels who are extremely connected to you based on your past life, based on your past life connections with the archangels who act as guardian angels, but your guardian angels are most likely weak. And this doesn't offend them that you know that they're weak. What does this mean? It means now you know that you have to strengthen them. How can there be a connection there if the connection's as thin as thread? As thin as thread? As thin as thread. Okay. So basically, they are in a level, in a dimension. They are on the heavenly dimensions. And they basically are reaching out to us from here. It's a very high frequency, and how they're able to reach out to you is kind of like, ugh. Like, I'm trying to lower myself to be able to be with you, and that's why when you meditate, you're so much closer to them. It's because you're going upward, your frequency is shooting up, and meanwhile, they're trying to lower themselves to you because heaven's up there, earth is here, hell is down there. They're trying to lower themselves to be able to reach you. If you don't know that, other spiritualists talk about that as well. I don't know what other spiritualists say regarding YouTube videos or TikTok videos, but not only do you have to raise your frequency, let's just say your frequency is really high, you're working with crystals, you're wearing the Angelite and Celestine choker you got from me, for example, that helps you connect to your guardian angel. Now what you need to do is time and effort and pure intention. So, you talk to your guardian angel for 30 minutes a day, and most of you aren't doing that. I mean, this video is solely for people who want to connect to guardian angels. They need a lot of attention. And you're basically, in the spiritual world, energy is light. Light is how they survive. If you have someone who has no light in the afterlife, let's just say your drug dealer, drug dealer, that's, okay, I'm just going to use that example. Your drug dealer, Tony, I don't know where this is coming from. One of you is getting called out. I don't know where your drug dealer, Tony, I don't know, your drug dealer Tony, let's just say, passed on, and they were a horrible person, and now they're in the afterlife, and they were so miserable and mean in person that in the afterlife, no one wants to remember them. So guess what? Guess what's happening to their spirit? It's dying. Their spirit is literally dying. It doesn't. Energy never fully dies. It just transfers over, but it's weakened. It's dimmed. So the light is taken away. Usually that kind of spirit act goes absolutely crazy in the afterlife and becomes something much worse in the afterlife because it has no light. Now your guardian angel, that's not the case. It's just your guardian angel could use some light. And the more attention, which is light, which is energy, that you give your guardian angel, and people are like, I'm not giving my guardian angel my energy. Everything's energy. You talking about your guardian angel gives your guardian angel energy, gives your guardian angel light. And this is not a vampirism kind of guardian angel connection, because demons just, if you pay attention to people who do demonology, those demons just feed off of energy. If you don't believe that, then this channel is not meant for you. But with angels, energy in the sense of just paying them attention. They have a lot of energy, but there's a balance that needs to be met because they're on such a high level of energy that down here it's different. So how you're able to connect to them is by talking to them. Just think about it like this. When you talk to someone else, you're giving them your energy, but not in a vampiric way. Everything's an energy transference. You can't have a conversation with someone and not give them energy. That's not how conversations work. Even in Kundalini exercises and yoga, they'll cover every one of their senses just to stop the flow of energy from going out so it can reset. Now, the same thing applies with conversations. If you're not giving someone your energy in a conversation, you might as well be a narcissist, because if you're just not caring about what that person has to say at all, you don't care about their emotions, you don't care what they're saying, and it's someone you love or some supposedly love, that's not communication. You're not an empath at that point. The other end of the spectrum is being an empath who just literally vacuums up energy. You're like, ah. But that's the other end. I mean, everything's a balance. Achieve balance. If you don't care about anything anyone says to you, you should look into the word narcissist and do some research on that. And that's not good at all. That's really, really bad. That'll kill every relationship and have you ending up like Tony in the afterlife. Now, for someone who is sucking up energy, empaths, and a lot of people who are extreme empaths actually have vampiric tendencies. You can look into that by yourself and study that by yourself, because some people will get offended. It's true. People who are super empathetic. Tongue twisting today. My tongue's in knots. People who are empathetic to the point where they can't control how much energy they're absorbing will end up making someone else tired. It's an energy transference. Now, why do I talk so much about different conversations and being an empath and a narcissist when it comes to just energy transfers? You have to understand everything's energy. If you don't believe that, it's in a middle school textbook. I've had people in my live, in TikTok lives, be like, join my live and just say, energy is not real. I'm like, middle school textbook, elementary school textbook. But the biggest thing that you guys need to know about this video is that you have to give your guardian angels light, which is energy, which is just talking to them, communicating with them. Just, some of you will never connect to your guardian angel just because you don't have that consistency. But now you know, but sometimes it's an accidental inconsistency. And keep in mind, you're like, oh, I talked to my guardian angel for a year and nothing happened. Yeah, it's a year. How many lifetimes have you spent not talking to them? A year? No, way more than that. So after, you can do different things as well. You can give your guardian angel a cup of water. You can light a candle for your guardian angel. Like, it doesn't matter. A tea light. You can just, you could talk to them out loud throughout the day. You can, and once you seriously, and the dynamic of like this with conversations is that much important with guardian angels, because if you're just talking to them or at them and you don't expect nothing back, then you won't get anything back. If you do expect a response or something like that, expect for it to be light or almost like just very faint. And you're going to feel something, and then over time you'll just feel it increase. What else? That's pretty much it. Don't take this to offense. It's really good for some of your guardian angels, because they're really not going to present themselves to you and be like, hi, I'm weak, can you please strengthen me? They're not allowed to do that, because they're angels. They're actually beings of light, and they're not going to ever say, like, I'm weak, I need energy. etc. No, they're gonna be like, okay, how some guardian angels, because I talked to other people's guardian angels who've asked me to help them move them closer. Certain people's guardian angels will literally scream at me like, "Hi, can you introduce me to this person?" I'm like, okay, fine. And it's usually what I found out is because that person and their guardian angel were like this in a past life. For people who are like, I tried to connect to my guardian angel and I can't, and I'm like, it's because they're very, very weak. If a guardian angel has enough energy to literally scream a name at me, like, hi, and just literally like, hey, can you introduce me to them? Like, okay, fine. And every so often I will. To be able to tell an angel and a demon apart, or an earthbound entity, is angels only have messages of light, and they're not, and there's nothing egotistical, there's no sense of darkness, and they have to be, one of the easiest questions is to basically ask them about God. Be like, hey, what do you think about God? Like, there's certain questions you can ask an angel and be like, okay, yeah, what's your, it's very simple things like, oh, what do you like to do? And they're like, yeah, give me all the whiskey you have, or like, oh, put her down, or like yell and scream at her. It's like earthbound spirit, dark entity, like. And I've seen certain people who have connected to a guardian angel, and the guardian angel says certain things like, we're gonna make her pay, or like, we're gonna make him pay for what they did to you. I'm like, up. You're not a guardian angel, you're a fallen angel, and you're looking for energy. You might be trying to help that person, but that's not the good kind of help, because that's how certain fallen angels will present themselves to people, is they'll be like, you're like, okay, we're friends now. And some fallen angels are very nice. They're so nice to the point where they'll never do anything bad around you. Or like a fallen guardian angel will be the nicest, sweetest thing ever until they have enough energy. They're like, finally, I'm done here. And they'll just go ham. So this is why I tell you guys to only stick to talking to angels that work for God still, not the ones who fall out of place. Because some of you are very... They're like people who are foolish. And the people who are willing to talk about, oh yeah, well, I'm working with demons and they're so nice and sweet to me, and then your life is in like 2 or 3 years, your life is so out of control, and no tarot reading you ever do, no any kind of card reading you ever do will be accurate, because the guardian angel or the guardian demon you were talking to has enough energy to do whatever they want, including half-possessed people, which, when a demon possesses someone, you'll never know it. You will never, ever know it. When they get freakishly angry or freakishly upset, you'll think they just have a temper. That's the entity just being like, oh, finally, I can step in. Or when that person starts drinking, they don't even remember half of whatever they were saying or doing when they're drinking, because the fallen angel's like, oh, cool, I finally have a physical vessel. I finally found some really, really dumb person to fool. And some of you are flat out getting fooled. But I don't teach anything regarding demons. I'm just talking about what you can expect when talking to a guardian angel, what you can expect when talking to a being of light. Like I said, oil and water don't mix. You're doing good or you're not doing good. It's light or it's dark. A guardian angel, and I've taught this on past videos. I'm just repeating myself from past videos information. If you want, guys, I suggest you guys check out my past YouTube videos on guardian angels. It's very deep, but the biggest reason you guys are not able to talk to your guardian angels is because try meditating every day at the same time in the same spot for at least however long you can do. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I recommend 30 minutes. You can do an hour, but make sure it's at the same time every day, very consistently. You're not missing large chunks of days unless you're energetically off. That's about it. It requires consistency if you want to actually have a guardian angel to connect to, and your guardian angel is not your grandma. It's not someone in the afterlife. That's an ancestor. Anything, there's something called an ascended ancestor, which I will teach about in future videos. It's to a point where your ancestor, like for example, you have a grandmother, and she did so good in life. She was so close to God. She was the best person ever. She's moved up through her life, and she's made progress like no one else. And maybe she went a very natural way, like she just died from old age. And now that grandmother, who did nothing but good, they get actually a different kind of status in the afterlife, which I might teach about this, because their higher self is like, they're being bumped up. They're like, Ooh, you've reached a different vibration upon going into the afterlife, and now you have a different spiritual law about you than ancestors do who were yelling, screaming at people, and doing drugs. Very interesting topics. I'll teach about them in the future. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!